Welcome, everyone, to the Follow D Money podcast. This week's guest, always special. This week is extremely special because it's a real funny guy. We haven't had a funny guy. We haven't had a comedian this whole season. This is one half of the Guns Blazing podcast. This is the $20 chef, Mr. Shaun Latham.
Buddy, thanks for having me on your show. This is a setup.
Yeah, we tried.
You got the setup in here. I like this, the best setup for a podcast with 10 episodes I ever seen in my life.
Well, I like to hear that.
It ain't getting better than that. Merch is on point.
Yeah.
Your vibe is right. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
You got them chains. I wish I could pull those off. I don't got them skills like that though. What's going on in here, man?
Man, we're chilling. And I brought you in here for a specific reason.
Okay.
2020 was a huge year for everyone. First of all, how did 2020 affect you in what you do in your career?
It messed my shit up. I mean, luckily I had a job.
Yeah.
But it messed my whole thing up. I was with Barstool Sports for about 4 years, and this whole last year, 2020, we had some stuff coming. I'm an on location guy, so
yeah.
We go to events, we cook, we grill out. And then, but I always have my producer with me. Like I'm 100% shitty on the other side, right? Like when it comes to editing or anything like that. I mean, I enjoy shooting stuff,
right?
Very disorganized manner.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to that post, I'm just the biggest lump of shit.
Yeah.
I can't edit. I mean, technically, if I probably shoved 40 milligrams of Adderall in my face, I could probably sit there and pull something off.
Right.
But overall, I'm just this side, like my brain's maniac. I don't have that type A personality to sit there and finish the editing project,
right.
Even though I technically know how to use the software and, and the basics.
And I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. So like having my own producer, he comes, shoots, edits, the whole package, social media is a huge deal. And so we had to separate. He was one place, I was another. So then I became my own cameraman, and then I'm fucking with clips, trying to get them through Dropbox in a mandatory, amount of time, and just figuring that whole thing out, like the efficiency of getting the stuff over there. And it just completely erased doing anything.
Yep.
Couldn't go anywhere to film nothing, couldn't do any, just all events are canceled.
Yep.
So, I mean, I wasn't doing much stand-up last year because I had that job. Mm-hmm. So, I'll headline weekends, maybe once a month or something like that when I had that full-time job, but most of my energy has to be at the job.
Mm-hmm.
And if something comes up, I have to be able to go do it, as opposed to saying, I can't, I have stand-up this weekend.
Okay.
So obviously stand-up was gone. It's still barely coming back. I still had my job all the way through until I stopped working with them at the end of the year, but it just, I don't know, part of it was good because I could figure out, I knew that, I'm getting married, but before I asked my lady to marry me, we lived together for that year. And I was like, all right, like I got to have a test run without having a choice.
That's even the worst test run, really.
Yeah. But it's like, well, if you could do this, then, you're strong.
Yeah. You can be quarantined with a person and still want to marry them. You're good.
Yeah. After the year.
Yeah. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're good.
Most fools trying to get out. And I was like, no, I'm all about this. So
that's good.
So that was great for personal life on that level of my relationship. But not being able to do shit, and I could still film, so it was still a positive aspect. Like it wasn't like I lost it like a lot of people did.
Mm-hmm.
But I still had it, and I decided to become more creative on my own and do my own thing.
Yep.
And then it was just besides having the technical side of it, which does suck. It's a product will be shittier, but it did also give it more of an organic feel, like when it started, when I was kind of doing it just by myself.
Right.
And then just saying, like, I had before always filming stuff myself before Barstool, because as soon as $20 Chefs always had a producer, because I was already with Barstool with Pat.
Yeah.
So, but that was it. Mostly, there was kind of a drag not being able to go do stuff, go cover events, have guests. I had a whole line of guests set up. My 2019 guest was awesome.
Yeah.
I had amazing guests. Ron Sanchez from, Master Chef, Gabriel Iglesias, Mike Epps.
Wow.
Joe Coy, Andrew Zimmer, a ton of awesome people. And then this year, all that went away in 2020.
Jeez.
So I couldn't have no guests. But, I still made the best of it, still did my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Summertime was awesome because I got to just do my own, by then my producer got tested. So we could work together. I got tested, he did. And then, so we got to produce outside, but we would do it all in one day. We'd do like 4 or 5 episodes.
Oh, wow.
We'd start at 7 a.m. and just be going on till like 9. I'd do a nighttime episode or something.
Wow.
So, that part, there was a lot of growth, that's for sure, learning what I can do outside of what I'm used to doing.
Yep.
But overall, I just kind of stayed hunkered down with my lady, dude, and cooked a lot at home, made a lot of breakfast.
Mm-hmm. So the Guns Blazing podcast, did that come out of that too? Or was that already being, you guys were already doing that?
No, Todd was working with Heartland. He was with Pat McAfee at Heartland. We were all together at one point.
Yep.
And then Pat McAfee quit, and then, the office broke up. Some people stayed with Pat, some people went to New York, and I think one person ended up not working anywhere.
Yep.
But I just went to New York because I was already getting my ad rev was doing well. So Pat was like, well, I can't afford to pay the salary they can. And they doubled it. So, I just said, his whole point was he was always just trying to help me get my own brand going. And that's what happened. So I just moved to New York. And then once Barstool ended, Pat, Todd also stopped working with Pat a year ago. And so he's been doing his own thing. My partner, Todd McComas, real funny comedian.
Yep, I've seen him. He's hilarious.
Yeah. So we, when I stopped working at Barstool, we've been friends way before Barstool. We've been doing stand-up since like 2009 together, 2010. For sure. Okay. So, we were roommates before, when this all started. We just got a lot of history, really good friends, and we're just in the same vibe, Right. But we're from 2 completely opposite scenes.
Okay.
And but it worked out. So once it was just the most logical thing. Like we've done podcasts before Barstool. We did them all for years with Barstool, and then he don't work. I couldn't do one with him, with me working there and him not. So when we both weren't there, then we could just come together and do our own thing. So we started that in November.
Okay, yeah. How many episodes you guys do? Do you guys do it weekly?
We do 2 a week.
2 a week.
Yeah, Tuesday and Thursday.
And they're like on location because you guys are. Is it like a Zoom kind of?
StreamYard.
Yeah,
StreamYard's my shit right now. Some of them are together.
Yep.
Like we're gonna do one today together.
Okay.
We did one. So when I'm in town, we'll do them always together.
Yep.
And then when I'm not, we just StreamYard it up.
Yep.
But StreamYard's pretty damn good. So it works out well. It's not too bad.
Good. Well, today I brought you here to talk about 2020. Like you just talked about how it affected you. So let's talk about the big issues in 2020. Obviously, COVID, the biggest. We can't even, there's no denying that.
Yeah.
But I would say that there was a lot of death. There were many deaths of a lot of big name celebrities. Kobe. We got Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Alex Trebek, Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, Kenny Rogers. Dang, I mean, like a lot of people. So who were some of the people that affected you? Like what were some crazy names that affected you?
I think Mr. Boseman was really high up there.
Yeah.
Just because he's like, right now he's so relevant. He's just such a powerful dude outside. He wasn't the typical Hollywood guys.
Yeah.
He seemed like he really extended his reach behind the camera with help.
Right.
And what he did for communities. Who was the first person you said that was the big one?
Kobe.
Kobe, obviously. I mean,
yeah.
I feel like an asshole saying that. What was the first person? I apologize, but Kobe obviously another. I mean, Kobe and Bo, them guys not being anymore was monstrous. And again, after Anthony Bourdain died, I was like, I used to kind of like tease people for acting like they were all butthurt about people they didn't know.
Right.
And then when Anthony Bourdain died, that shit hit me hard, because
really?
I love that dude. I love his content. I love what he. And
I love him too.
I just love his perspective. I love everything about him, his story. And then when he died, I was like, I got watery eyed, and right. I was tripping. So I stopped doing that. That was like my no more of me, kind of like teasing people on the internet for,
right.
Or even if I wasn't replying to them, just like thinking to myself when I saw them, I'm like, calm down.
You couldn't even understand why they felt that way at first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, those guys, they're just so influential in what they do.
Yeah.
And overall, it's just a year. I mean, so far, knock on wood, but the last year didn't start bad. It kicked in like right about now. Shit starts popping in March. So we can't say nothing. We can't hold our breath.
No, but it's February and we've had a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Already.
But yeah,
crazy.
luckily, hopefully as long as it's even marginally better than last year.
I mean, you can't beat a pandemic.
No.
There's no beating a pandemic.
Well, I think maybe a more aggressive pandemic, kind of like when, like let's say when the White Walkers were coming to Winterfell type shit. You know what I mean? Like that's larger style because you can't just stay at home and miss that one.
Right.
So outside of a full scale invasion of something that we can't, or like a disease that people just start dropping like flies, like an I Am Legend type shit or whatever,
right? Or turning into vampires. Yeah, that would be bad.
So, you know, I'm my girlfriend my lady keeps making fun of me for referencing Game of Thrones. She's like, bro, you're years late, man, just because you watched it all in the last 3 months. But yeah, let's just hope that I mean, again, I don't really think like that. I'm just going to keep trying to make plans and keep trying to fulfill my, you know, whatever it is I'm doing here, and then just deal with whatever, bob and weave and go. You know what I mean? And that's really it. And try not to die, really. Like,
yeah, that's kind of
sounds fucked up, but I mean, at
this
point,
every day we're trying not to die.
That's all we're doing.
I would say
it's like everything is how to not to die. Don't go there. Don't do this. Wear this. Don't wear that.
Yeah.
Don't be here. Wait this long.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, we got to do all this to not die.
Yeah, crazy.
I just want to just blow up shit. Maybe have some fun.
Shoot some guns.
You know what I mean? Shoot some guns. We did yesterday. Blew up Tannerite. I cooked steaks.
Yeah.
We shot a lot of guns, some sniper rifles,
nice.
some shotguns, some
50,
clay shooting.
50 cal? You got some 50 cal?
We didn't have a 50 cal, but it was a large ass gun. I forgot what I smoke a lot of weed, so I forget. You know, details. They kind of fall off.
A little
kind
smoky, a little smoky on the detail.
You know, the little things in the pine cones, they pop out. You know.
The next question is, in your time in quarantine, so to say, or you know, being locked in, what was your favorite show, series, movie that you watched or binged?
Mm-hmm. It's a good one. I watched The Wire again.
Love it.
I watched at least 4 of them seasons again.
I watched all The Sopranos.
That's a great one. I did. I watched a couple season 1 and 2 just to watch it again. Also,
yeah. Sopranos is dope. What was the craziest part of Sopranos for you? Like, what was your like wow moment
of the whole thing? Man, I'll tell you what, they didn't really.
Or one of them, because it was a bunch.
Yeah, there was, because the Sopranos, it's like Game of Thrones, the way they do it, their characters die off. So their main people die off so much more.
Yeah.
Like people you think are going to be a staple for seasons, and they're just like, oh, gone already?
Right.
That's the difference I enjoy. There's not that many dramatic moments in The Sopranos compared to almost Game of Thrones, because everybody dies off in 8 seasons.
Right.
You got the core, at least with 10 people that don't die in Sopranos. A lot of people die around it, but let's see. One of the crazier moments that I thought was bonkers was when the old cousin got out of jail after like 30 years. He tried to take back over the trash business. No, he tried to take back over the tree trimming business.
The little dude.
He's an actor. He's in all kinds of stuff. He talks well anyway. But he goes and yanks that dude out of the tree and just fucks him up.
Yeah.
And then he just expects that like he's going to take back over the neighborhood.
Yeah. He was the old guy who drove the convertible.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, you see that dude that he beat up like cutting grass in a fucking cast.
He had a cast on.
And he's
for like the whole
leg.
For like 2 more seasons he was jacked up.
Yeah.
Because they made him cut everybody else's grass for free.
Yeah.
Because they beat dude up.
Yeah, that's the wild shit that you get beat up. It's almost to your death. Then you still got no kind of insurance probably with that because you're self-employed.
Right.
Or at least, you know, as good as you could get. And then you get beat up. And then now, because I got beat up by this student ran this neighborhood 30 years ago, I got to also cut 5 yards free. And they're not little yards. These motherfuckers have got,
they have big houses.
It's a 4-man team.
Yeah, right.
By the way, also when it comes to lawn gardening teams, the dude with the blower backpack's the leader. Just so you know, like when you look out.
Is that what it is?
That's whoever got the backpack on the blower.
He's the point man.
He's the point man. He's running the show.
Okay.
Or he's the most senior for sure on the team. If he's not the owner,
all right.
He's the most. He don't want to push shit. He wants
blowing
the air
shit.
to push stuff.
He's blowing.
Even the bag is even heavy on him.
Okay.
You know? You can't even feel it. You just walk around like it's the real power move to like move all that stuff like you're fucking like a X-Man. You know what I mean?
Right.
All the debris and stuff. It's a power.
You got to
move.
have a plan.
Yeah.
With where you're moving it to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Out in the street. That's what they do. They just kind of scatter it in the block.
He's the boss with the backpack.
Yeah.
Blowing shit.
The second in command will be the guy in the stand-up lawnmower.
Okay.
That guy, he doesn't want to sit down the whole time because he don't want to have later life back problems. You know, he likes the job because of physicality, but he also has good pay because he's higher up on the chart.
Yep.
And he gets to be the man. He gets to see everything going on too.
So he's in the standalone, the push one.
No, not the push one.
Oh, he's in the one that you sit down.
No, this is the one you stand up and go.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I know that.
It's like it's a riding lawnmower, but you stand up and you just stand there.
Oh, okay.
Like a mall cop type thing.
I thought that guy would be the leader.
No, the blower backpack.
Oh.
It's more a senior job because it's not as physically grueling. You don't have to be out there busting around the trees and shit like that. What if you catch a rock, you got to turn it over and fuck with the blade.
Yeah.
The leader ain't doing that.
No, he ain't messing with their equipment. Wow.
Just a little landscaping insight there.
Also in 2020, we elected a new president.
Wild.
Crazy.
The whole thing. Got everybody wanting to fight over each other.
Yeah. Getting
in it, just going. My thing with it all is the football aspect that politics has taken on since the internet. Now it's no longer, these people are working a job that they have to report back to us directly.
Right.
Like this is not happening anymore. Like,
they're not working for the people.
Gronkowski doesn't miss stuff on purpose and then look at you and be like, I can miss whatever I want if you don't like it. And then other people are like, yeah, he don't got to catch balls.
Right.
Like, fuck that. He's going to be the best ball not catcher. And we love him for it.
Right. Like, we're going to change how we look at football because we like Gronk.
Yeah.
So he doesn't catch balls. We love not catching balls now.
Yeah. We make fun of fools for catching balls.
That's exactly what happened.
And that analogy could literally go for either side, like because it's on whatever side you're on.
It's politics.
Yeah, because if you're on the red side, then it's the same. It's the same as being on the blue side as far as you cheering for the guy no matter what he does.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I think is the worst part of it all.
Right.
I just feel like if everybody would just hold people more accountable so that there's at least a layer of just, you can't go below this. Right. You can't make that money. You can't get that money you get for that job. You can't get that lifelong health insurance. You don't get to make these decisions.
Yep.
At some point, like corporate world, you can't do shit like that.
Yeah.
And then because you get fired.
Yep.
I just don't understand how it doesn't at least qualify in the corporate structure. Not saying that corporations make decisions properly, but at least there's more thought put into it and people are held more accountable.
Right.
And this isn't a red or blue. This is across the board. I'm a middle guy. Like, depending on the election, I can vote red or blue if I wanted. Like, is it money? Is it a personal thing? Like, but overall, I think just the whole football, like slapping on jerseys and just fucking going at it like you're Green Bay and the Bears.
You're automatically friends with people who agree with you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what crazy. Like,
people, oh man.
You could be friends with a douchebag because he does not like Trump or he does like Trump, and that's annoying.
It is, because it's like, again, it's a football mentality. It's sports. You're in the bleachers. You got the jersey on. I got the jersey on. We're going to be bear hugging and fucking high fiving when our team wins in the fourth quarter on a last minute play or whatever, right? Like, as opposed to, well, I guess you can't get too deep in the analogy because they're not really doing, any kind of reform in the world as far as, socially. But again, it's just that whole football aspect. It's just the shittiest,
I just think that with politics and the social game, I'm just really big on equality. So I don't care who brings the message or who brings the results that I want. Mm-hmm. I am about equality. That's it. So I know that a lot of times sometimes it could seem that I lean this way or I lean that way, and that's maybe because I agree with the outcome or the projection that these people are given. But equality, that's all. That's my team. Yeah, that's the goal that I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But we definitely have lost the big picture on that. Yeah, it's just either it's a team thing. No one really has obviously libertarians might, but if you fall into that category, which I kind of feel like we do, it's more of like, I'm not really on, I could criticize both sides right now easily. Yeah. But again, a lot of my friends they really go hard with their politics on the internet, and I used to. I stopped maybe 5 years ago just because you can't, it's a losing battle. Like, yeah, you're passionate about it, but guess what? There's 350 million people. And right now, most of them are just flat out over it.
Right.
Like this last couple of years has been so fucking just heads that I don't want to even discuss it. Like none of this with you people.
Right.
Like I don't need to discuss it. I don't want to. And guess what? Yeah, we can get out right now. We can go march. We can go door to door. We can give our money. We can get behind people. But it's not going to, that really ain't going to change what it is I got to do for the next few weeks for my own personal self and job and life.
Yeah.
You know, like in the back end, it will, depending on who's in power and what tax plans, you know, I'll find out how much more or less I'll be paying.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I mean, look, we got the worst year in history. Everybody lost their job. The government forced everything to shut down. And yet we've gotten a total of what, I think $1,200 or $1,800.
Yeah.
I think some people got $600 checks, and then we got the original $1,200.
We got $1,200 first, and then some people got $600.
Yeah. And it's just, again, they're acting like they don't have the money. Like, you have the money, you pieces of shit.
Yeah.
I don't care what color you are, red or blue. You have the money.
Yeah.
Everybody is paying 30 to 50% income tax,
right,
plus all your other bullshit. I think the people that run the New York fucking toll scene can pay off half these people's stimulus checks. Right. It costs $12 to drive in.
That's crazy.
Another 8 before that one, another 6 before that, and 2 before that.
Yeah. Everybody in New York should be rich with the tolls.
I'm just saying, now we don't have money. Like, yeah, you do. You just, we don't know what's really going on because you guys aren't responsible to open up the books.
Yeah.
You know, everybody, like, when I hear people arguing over, you know, what, like some cornball will be like yelling at a firefighter, "You are a different district. This isn't your area. You're wasting gas coming over here. That's my taxpayer gas money." Fuck off, dude. Yeah. You don't know what's being, we're funding so much random wild shit. We got a space force, bro.
Right.
We can't even learn how to fight down here. Now we're going to go heads up with fools in space because we're losing.
You're right.
We're losing. Whatever money we're putting in, we're basically buying arrows.
Yeah.
Okay, to go against homies with lasers.
Yeah.
So how about you just save the arrow money and let me I'll throw a rock. How about that? Right. Everybody pick up a fucking rock.
Yeah.
There's plenty of them. They're all floating in the sky up there.
Right.
All you got to do is hold your hand out. I bet you close your eyes. You could grab it and throw it.
Yep. I'm
just saying, it's fucking pointless.
Space Force.
We got a space force.
I got an idea for taxes though. Let me know what you think. So I always said that when you pay taxes, you should be able to have a category where you can choose where your tax dollars go. So if I have to pay, like when you do your W-2, whatever you fill out for your job, and say your taxes are going to go towards education, or it's going to go towards healthcare, or it's going to go towards all these other different categories. But with that being done, that actually tells you what's important to the country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like literally, it'll literally tell you that. And if we all chose where we wanted our money to go to, it would be hard for us to complain that what we thought was important or was not important, because it speaks for itself.
I do think that there's a lot of strength to that, but I also feel like there's a lot of things that they have to pay for that we're not aware of.
Well, those things will be handled by the government as well. But I'm saying, like, our tax dollars, you just said, like, we don't know where it goes.
And yeah, and you're right. And I think ideally that would be nice to have at least more knowledge. Right. But I also feel like, I think maybe a lot more people might be in a certain area of life where they want to give money to puppies as opposed to fucking, you know, infrastructure.
Right.
So, you know, again, but then there's going to be a flip side to that. No one would give $1 to a puppy and they want to give the money to infrastructure.
Right.
But, yeah, no, but again, that's one of them dream worlds. There's just too much money in the line. That's why they're all fighting to keep these jobs, bro. They're getting money. Everybody's getting richest in the government. I mean, we just gonna hope to Jesus that we can keep on driving around without no military involved, and we can just keep on our hustles and still going out and drink and kick it.
Right.
Can I still get on a plane and go fuck around in Miami? That's, you know,
that's kind of important
because you know, I'm passionate. I love my country and I love being an American, but I don't know, the older I get, I'm more of a George Carlin feel. You know, it's kind of like, all right, I had no choice to be here.
Right.
Like me in Japan, being born there, I love Japan.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like we had a choice. It's not like we have to come in here. We have to like get drafted by the country right before we get, you know, before we come to be a pure person.
Right.
So I don't know. The more older I get, the more I'm just like, fuck all this stuff, man. Like, I'm just going to do my best morally to be a good dude and just keep my hustle up. You know, I don't want to feel like a lazy ass. I don't want to feel like I'm burdening people in any manner ever.
Yep.
You know, that I just grow with who I grow with in my area, in my circle, with what I can do, and until it's done. Because too many, I mean, motherfuckers died at the Capitol. Like, for what?
Yeah.
Like, even if they all had the right weaponry to get in there, and you get in there, what are you going to do? Start? You're just going to take over Nancy Pelosi's fucking email address, and you're just now the Speaker of the House? Or
I'm just trying to think about what would have happened if they actually had Nancy Pelosi. Like, I don't know. Like, they were looking for
Mike Pence.
Pence.
Both people.
But they literally didn't get any senators or anybody. You know, so
Look at the cops.
I'm wondering, like, what would have happened? Like, what would they have done?
That's a
huge, you know what I mean? That's a big what if.
Because if police died, that means there's no they're known to be a group of people that are backing the police. If they're dying,
right?
Imagine people they didn't like,
right? That's
even their own. Like that one lady, she was a mother of 3 or 4, and she was very red, obviously huge Trump supporter, and she ended up dying. She got shot like when they were all bum rushing a cop, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
That lady, lady, no matter if you think her perspective is dead on or dead off, she didn't deserve to die over this.
No.
But that's where we are right now, and that's what sucks nuts.
Well, I think that the insurrection, it just showed that how a group of people with a plan goes awry. Because a lot of those same people look at uprisings in the minority community and say, "Oh my God, how did they do that? That's not peaceful." Well, that insurrection started off peaceful, I would say.
Yeah, they start off like parades. Yeah, that's what they do.
Right, and it's like it's always an element in there that turns it into what it gets to be, and that's what happened. And it's like you always need a different perspective, and they had a real perspective. America got a new perspective of what those riots turn into, like those protests. They turn into riots because we have idiots in every group that mess them up. That's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, if that was me, I saw those. I mean, I did see a few memes. There was like a couple of taco dudes set up. As fools start going to the Capitol, I'm gonna be like, man, I'm gonna get some tacos. I'm gonna wait this one out. Like, I love everybody.
I am not going in. I'm not going.
But I ain't going in there, bro. I mean, I don't know. There's also like, there's just also something to say about if you feel like anybody who goes in somewhere they know they shouldn't be. Like, I just know, as the dude I am, how I look, like what I wouldn't do.
Right. No, absolutely.
And that's just asking for it.
Absolutely.
I'm asking for it.
Exactly.
There's enough. I'm scared enough driving around the freeways and shit, getting pulled over, getting tickets or whatever. I don't need to go to the situation. I'm trying to stay off of the grid of that.
Right.
So I would have been right back to the taco man, just like eating there, watching it all pop off, you know.
Exactly.
I'll be a good witness.
Exactly.
Like, no, I was gonna go in with them, but then we had a parade come down here from the speech. Then they started going in and shit, and then they started pulling gates and throwing punches, bro. I just came back to the taco man, dude.
Like, I was just here at the taco man. It's on tape.
That's it.
They got me.
You can see me. I see all the footage. I'm right here by the taco man. I'm actually gonna just pull my phone out and do a review on this guy. I might do a full $20 chef episode. I'm gonna hop back on the griddle,
on the spot.
Let me be on tortillas, homie. Like, I just, But again, people are very patriotic. People, the way that the machine works now with social media and media, and you get everything catered to you. Okay, they know your views. They know where you're at.
Yeah.
Whether you they know everything by your behavior between liking things or retweeting or engagement.
Right.
And they just cater it right there, and they just fucking shove it down your mouth, and then no matter what side you're on, you think that the other one are coming for you.
That's very true.
I mean, they got people thinking that if Joe Biden become president, that we're all going to like fucking jail or something. Like, the country's gonna, like, the suburbs are gonna go on fire. Like, no, they're not, man.
No, yeah.
And there's plenty of stuff on both sides where you're just like, you need to calm down.
You hit a good point though, because I think it's crazy that social media adds fuel to your own fire.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy. Like, if I open up something that is a lie or a meme that is wrong, it triggers all these other ones that make me mad. Like,
exactly.
And I just keep getting more mad. I'm like, I have to be better than that. I have to be better than the machine.
Yeah. Oh, we're not. If we were better than the machine, none of this would be going on.
Correct. That's true.
But it's easy to like get people fired up now.
Yeah.
You get a dude that gets fired up, and he gets a couple 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
Now he's out there now we got just soldiers with little armies all over the place.
Yeah.
And here we go.
And it's a lot easier to just open up your phone and look as opposed to reading or doing actual research. Like that's part of the problem as well, I would say.
Yeah, because if I see something and I'm like, I don't know, whether it's on either side, it's extreme to me, and I go, that's extreme.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't ever take anything for face value anymore after a certain point. Like if it hits like a certain level on the scale of extremity, the storyline, or the accusation or whatever it is, I'm like, I don't know about that. Like that's how I'm trained now. I don't know about that one. Yeah. No matter what side, red or blue, middle.
Correct.
I don't know about that one. I'm gonna have to look. What website is it from? How many viewers does it have? Who retweeted it? Who's the like? What are these facts? Like check if they have a link to their supposed facts. I'm gonna look. It depends if it's a storyline that I enjoy enough that I would like to look into to know the truth myself. But that's where it is now. You have to literally see a headline and be like, I don't know about that one. I'm gonna have to go and do a little. I'm gonna have to hit Command T on my computer and get a new tab open and start fucking going through and trying to see some other sources because this is a wild one.
Yeah, but that goes back to your football analogy because when people who we like post things that are that crazy level, we're just
okay
like, oh my God, he's an alien.
Yeah, that's why.
Did you hear that today?
That's the mentality. Like that's why now if it's something out of 5 or higher of wildness, I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up, dude. Because it don't matter now. It's people even like now Joe Rogan's even catching a lot more slack because he seems to have he says a lot of things that and people are saying that's not true. Like I don't know. Like so now even guys who were usually down the middle, criticizing both sides can start falling to a side. And I'm not saying he is or isn't. I'm just saying what I've kind of the vibe I've gotten overall of like some posts and things I've read between Reddit and Twitter. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, again, everybody has their own little armies now and you can just sway so many people. Yeah. A handful of people a politician go get 5 people and then those 5 people take their millions and then just do the work for them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Whether it's right or wrong, don't matter. Let's get these jokes off, man. That's it. You know what I mean? Like these bits, dude.
They give you a lot of. You're not gonna have a lot of like material now.
Oh no, you get more. It just shifts. It just shifts. Where's that?
Yeah.
I got a lot more stuff about my lady.
Right.
I got a lot. Just different stuff about stores and there's a lot of irony in how this whole thing's unfolding right now. Like. You want me to be 6 feet away, but I could be 2 foot away from him by the fucking. When we're both looking at socks in Walmart, but I got to be 6 feet away in line. Yeah, because there's so much there's these intangibles that are not controlled. That can't be controlled really. Like, what are you gonna do? Police everybody in Walmart? Right? Are you gonna force us to have 6 feet no matter what from each other? Right. Are you gonna spend the money on resources for that, or are you just gonna slap some stickers down at the fucking end when we check out? Yeah. Are you just gonna make me go into this door now instead of being able to go into both doors before? Right. I see fucking 5 employees with their nose hanging out. I'm like, do we really give a fuck here, Walmart? You don't. Right. Because you're not going to police me if you can't police 20 people on the floor right now. Correct. But again, it's just one of those things, just like, all right, we're just all playing this stupid game right now until everybody gets the vaccination or whatever. And then there's shit on that. Is it Bill Gates and his fucking tracking everybody? What's going on? Right. I don't know, bro. I just, I got a really good ounce of weed not too long ago, and and that one's kind of like my top shelf. That's the one I like to puff when I want to be creative or get stuff done around the house. Okay. Is it those are the more concerns. Is it a sativa? Yeah, it's a nice sativa. Sativa, yeah. And those are the concerns that I really have that I like to focus on. Like, what is my goal today? What do I want to do? Do I want to get lit on this or this and get stuff done? Yeah. Do I want to kind of be a little quirky thought process today? Or do I want to go and make sure I get my room cleaned up and get them boxes out of the back of my truck and go to the post office? What do I want to do? That's what I'm focused on.
It's like, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. The weed will decide.
That's what you got. I guess it depends on what belt you're at, though. If you're a white belt weed smoker, then you don't understand what I'm saying because you fuck yourself every time you smoke. You can't do nothing.
Right. It don't matter what it is.
Yeah. When you get to a black belt level, you have options.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't know.
I can't tell.
Southwest wouldn't allow it.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Yeah. They don't allow it.
Southwest. That's a good spot right there.
It is. I like it. It treats me well. I like the way they even handle their people on the planes. It's like, listen, whoever checks in first, you get the higher spots. Right. This is all about personal responsibility on Southwest. Yeah. Do you get pissed off because we don't assign you a seat? Well, I got an idea.
take it upon yourself. Be more responsible and check in the exact fucking 24th hour from your flight.
Yep.
And then what? You want to be higher? You want to be Mr. Comfortable on the plane?
Pay
Give
a
us
little
20
extra.
more bucks and you
Yeah.
go in the top 15.
Yeah.
And you go on for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like, and I've had friends that work for Southwest with their buddy pass stuff, and
Yeah.
they got a damn good program going there too. And I can't put nobody on blast, but one homie worked for Southwest about 10 years ago. I used to buy his buddy pass, like his companion pass,
Yeah.
for $1,200 for the year.
Right. And
The
you
first time he gave it to me,
fly
$1,200.
unlimited, right?
Unlimited.
Right.
All I got to do is just go through. I just message him where I want to go, what I want to do, done.
Yeah.
And that was, and honestly, you didn't even spend that many time missing flights, like just chilling.
Nope.
Every
You gotta
once in a
learn
while.
how to fly standby.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, what times
Yeah.
you want to go, what
Yeah.
time you leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta
You gotta be
understand what
flexible.
Cities,
Yeah.
Once, sometimes you gotta be more flexible than others.
Yep. Yep.
But I was always flexible. I could, man, $1,200 to fly all you want all year.
Crazy.
I'm good.
Especially doing what you do.
Yeah, I could always take last minute gigs. I can
Yeah.
always do, before I would take a gig though, last minute, like a fill-in gig, I'd be like, I call them up, like, hey, what do the flights look like on this day? And then they'll tell me, oh, you got 41 empty seats still.
Right. You
And then
good.
I'm like, oh, I'm taking the gig, bro. No
That's
one's leaving here to go to that shithole or that city right
Tonight.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
tonight, not especially 41 people.
Right. Right. Exactly. In the comedy game, the new guys coming up. Do you see talent, like who to you is the next big comedian coming up?
I don't know who's the next big comedian coming up because there's so many funny people.
Yeah.
So they have to have like that.
And there's different and there's
comes in.
different little avenues for comedy too. Like
Tons.
Yeah.
Tons.
right.
Obviously the traditional industry way is, you get noticed, you get picked up by agency. You get, you're a regular at the clubs in your city. Then the agency starts to get you booking,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's middle act out the gate, you start doing middle act weekends around the country. Because the improv owns there's 30 improvs and there's
Right.
20 some funny bones. So there's still a major league aspect to it where you got a couple of people making the decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And those couple of people are all kicking it with their favorite agents.
Yeah.
So you got that agent, you get in, you get in and work. Then you go as your agent's getting you the work to pay the bills, they're trying to get you on TV shit too on the top of that, So then you get on the TV, then you might get a late night, then you get a sitcom. Like that's the OG Seinfeld way of comedy.
Of making it, yeah.
Yeah. And it's still a way. It's still I see plenty of comedians right now get picked up early. People see it, that they got something, they get to work. They start, the agency starts getting them small shows here and there. Then you get the late night credits or the Comedy Central stuff or the Netflix stuff now. And then hopefully they keep sending you out. Then you become a headliner. They got you on a 20 weeks or 30 weeks a year minimum on the road, honing your craft.
Right.
While they're still trying to get you movies. And, if you're with CAA, for instance, that's the OG, that's probably the most, I don't know, I guess, best way as a comedian. You could at least feel your own narcissistic gratification that I was selected by the industry.
So CAA is what?
That's a creative artist agency. That's the
Okay.
top talent agency as far as, I could be out of the loop. I haven't lived in LA since 2015 when I left, but that was always if CAA had you, you were about to fucking blow up,
Right.
or at least you feel like you got you got an edge on everybody.
Right.
If you're a young comic,
They're like the
CAA,
Cobra Kai or
Yeah.
the Chicago 90s Bulls.
I'd be like maybe if the Yankees drafted you out of high school.
Okay.
and then put you in the program.
you knew you had a chance.
Well, you just know you're like, whoa, if the best people want me,
Right.
let's say whenever the Yankees were winning every year,
Yep.
if they want me, and that means I'm up, they don't
That's
want everybody, they
CAA.
want the best.
Right.
So, that's it, but now it's so different with the internet. You don't need them people no more. Yeah, it's great to have them. I have a great manager.
Mm-hmm.
My manager's one of the best managers in LA in comedy. I feel like because of his talent
Yep.
roster is unbelievable. I'm by far one of the lowest dudes on the totem pole at that fucking agency.
Okay.
With my management, but and I only have a booking agent. I don't have an agent, like a talent agency.
Yep.
But you don't need them as much anymore. I have a booking agent because he has a lot of comedy connections. So if I want to pay some bills or get out there and work on my material, he'll give me 6 or 7 weeks in a row, and then I'll be good to go.
Nice.
I can work out, material. If I'm trying to film a special or whatever,
Yep.
that's what I need to do,
Okay.
But I still think the goal at some point is to keep doing stand-up until you have a special.
Yep.
I think that the gauge though of the quote unquote word special and what that entails is definitely, the bar has been lowered very much so. Before it was like, it was Live on the Sunset Strip type shit, or Seinfeld or Raw or Seinfeld's This Is the Last Time I'm going to Tell You This.
Yeah.
When it was like 10, 15 years of crafting an amazing act that's just spotless.
Yeah.
Now it's just the content though is taken in so much more and just spit right out that it's not as special like anything in general. But and also people rush now. There's so many more outlets for specials.
Yeah.
That if you're savvy on the business side, you could get a special. If you have an hour and you like your hour of comedy material, you could film it. You could produce it yourself. You could film it and you could shop it. Yeah. Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Showtime, Comedy Central, fucking Nuvo. Somebody just put a special in the UFC app. My buddy Adam Hunter.
Wow.
So there's like 50 avenues for a quote unquote special.
Yep.
Now some are more prestigious. Obviously, if Netflix has you on buses and on New York Times and in New York and Times Square on billboards about your special releasing November 9th, but that's also Gabriel Iglesias level, Sebastian Maniscalco, Joe Coy, like those level of action. That I think maybe is what's the pinnacle of having a quote unquote special.
Yep.
But you can also, I could go right now, take my money, find myself a good crew at a good price that I can afford, film my shit, and then shop it. You put up all the cash yourself out the gate and hope they buy it from you.
Yep.
But again, that's more of a gamble. And I just, and I do want to do that. That's my goal. That's probably my goal. I guess to say like a life culmination special of myself in the 50, like when I'm like 50 years old or something. Yeah. And I'm 42 right now.
Could you put together an hour right now?
Oh yeah, I have 2 hours of material, no problem. I can do. I could get a crowd right now and do 2 an hour and a half, no problem.
Yeah.
But but I wouldn't be comfortable right now if someone said, "All right, we're gonna come on Thursday and film your special. We got $100,000 budget," and I'll be like, "Can we wait a little bit?" Like even though they would say, "Here's all the," now is that wrong of me to say? I don't know. Like some people will say, "Fuck yeah," no matter what they have. Yeah. If they have trash, they'll still do it.
Right.
But I'm more of like, well, that's an amazing opportunity. I don't want to waste these people's time and money if I'm not confident in the exact hour I would do on Thursday night. Mm-hmm. Like I would want to have a 10 or 15 week club run where I'm doing, 6 hours of stand-up a week minimum, 6 1-hour sets minimum a week.
Dang.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You do one show Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, 1 Sunday.
Dang.
Then you travel Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's what I want. Like I would need that for like 6 months.
Yep.
And then I'd be like, okay, can we come back on this in June 10th? I'll do that after I have this hour and all the new shit with making it more current.
Right.
Because stand up, I haven't done much in the last year because of COVID, obviously.
Yep.
And that's what I would do. But I'm also more about the craft. Like I would rather really know in my brain, like I have 6 months and they got $100,000 budget to film my shit.
Yep.
And it's going to be on Netflix main page for 2 weeks.
Right.
Then I'm going to go to, as opposed to like, fuck it, let's do it. No, because then all that's going to happen is everybody's going to think I'm shitty. Way more people are going to think you're shitty than if, you know what I mean? Than if you would have just waited 6 months. Like I'd rather wait. But again, I'm more about I like the art form of it and I like building the act. It's really fun finding jokes and like taking a thought and letting it grow. And then it just keeps growing and growing like a tree, more branches and more leaves. Right. And then suddenly this joke is it has to be your last joke in your set, your closer.
Right.
Because it's just nothing else you say can follow it. That's what I love to do.
Yeah.
So if I can't have 5, my goal is to have my jokes be such fucking killer that it has to be the final one. So that way, eventually, whatever's my final one can move into the set. Now this new one is my favorite closer.
Yeah.
And then if that one gets taken out, so eventually it's just 5 or 6 closers that over the last few years.
Killer jokes.
Yeah, 5 chunks, as you say,
Chunks.
And that's, and if I don't have that, then I would say no.
Okay.
But, specials are great. I just, it's just, I guess everybody, it's opportunity versus experience sometimes,
Yeah.
And some people take the previous to the latter.
Right. But I think, you want your content to be pretty reflective of you.
Yeah, you want it to be quality because there's a lot of shit content out there.
Yeah.
But it's never been a better time to have shitty content and get a lot of followers. That's for sure.
It's saturated.
And I mean, people on TikTok got 2 million followers. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, I don't know what you do.
TikTok.
But good for that. And I'm saying with a whole heart full of love, good for creatively, like good for you. I'm happy you're doing it and you found your thing. Hope you can make some money off of it and let it ride while it rides because it's going to end.
It is.
That's what a lot of people don't realize also in this game. It's like everybody's getting these huge followings in social media and doing social media is hard. You got to do that shit every single day.
All day.
Content every day. You got to come up with new shit every day. They don't care. They keep eating. They're like sharks.
Yeah.
They're not satisfied that they ate that fish. They need another fish, another. And if you got to keep that up and you got to keep it, you got to stay focused and it's got to be quality and you can't just fall off and you can't just not do it. You know what I mean? So I always say, if you found a way to get a lot of followers, I'm pumped for you. And I hope that it works and that you can keep branching it off into income. Because at the end of the day, what are we doing this for? I need money.
Right. Exactly. If someone was to come out of a coma and didn't experience 2020 at all, they don't know what happened in 2020, how would you explain it to them?
I'd get him a beer and a shot. And I'd be like, welcome back, my man. You know, and then I'd be like, wow, I'm going to be real honest. You picked the best time to ever go into a coma, kid.
Right.
You just slept through the worst shit possible.
But what would your advice be going into 2021? Because that's kind of you can explain 2020 because it really doesn't matter. He got through it, sleep.
Yeah.
But what's your advice going into 2021?
I'll be like, all right, here's what you need to do. You need to stay focused at the house right now. You know, there's a lot, read everything, believe half of it. Wear a mask, homie, just in case. You know, you got away with it for that year, but don't go catching it late now.
Right.
Don't fuck around and catch it when all the vaccines are popping off. There's like 10 different versions right now.
Right.
I tell them to lay low until summer at least.
Mm-hmm.
Just lay low, maybe do some, jailhouse style workouts. Maybe if he's got the kind of funding, he could get him this little home gym.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, maybe get into a hobby at the house. Just buckle down, maybe pretend like you're in a coma and this is a dream and just chill at the house. And don't do shit yet. Right? Just stay low. Like, don't go run off because you're going to be in a coma for a long time. You come popping out, you're going to want to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you want to wild out.
Yeah, you know, just like, hey, how about this? You want to wild out? Maybe just build a home bar. And then invite some friends after you know that they don't have COVID.
10 friends.
Yeah, 10 friends over, and that's how you roll, bro. Get a little squad.
That's the new normal.
Yeah, and other than that, I mean, that's what I would say. I'm like, just get on TikTok, learn how to use the filters and shit, maybe do some dancing.
Oh, TikTok, that'd be a great idea.
If you let the dance, get you some dances up. Here's the top songs. Use the top songs.
And create a dance.
Yeah, get you some get going, bro. Bring back some old dances because all the old ones are coming back. I got to learn how to sea walk again because I used to be a master at it back in the day, and now it's hot and I could be getting some hits, but I'm too embarrassed. Like I don't think I'm doing it right like I used to.
Crip walking is back again.
It's back.
It's popular again.
They're doing a lot on Twitter.
Man, I know people back home hate to see it.
What city are you from again?
Gardena,
bro. I lived in Hermosa Beach for a while.
That's my
Redondo,
favorite.
but
Hermosa's my favorite. Oh my God.
People don't know about that vibe.
Oh my God.
I moved there. I went there on vacation one time with some friends.
Go to Sharky's out there.
Sharky burned down. They rebuilt it. They rebuilt it.
Yeah. Patrick Malloy is right next to it.
That place, just being out there on the beach, fucking around with skateboards.
Yeah.
Like in the evening, once it's dark, you get like at least going into the sunset.
Right.
That perfect temperature.
You could go to Hermosa from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m.
It'd be cool.
And be dope. Like go to Hennessy's. Like, I mean, that's my spot, bro.
We used to, on 2nd Street, bro, we used to dig I had a kid that worked at the Comedy Magic Club. I used to hang out with all the waiters. And these fools every Tuesday, because that's their day off, they would dig, this fool would go out at nighttime, dig a hole in the ground, drop a keg in there with the ice, cover it up with a beach towel, come back the next day, fucking put a chair over it. Everybody had to bring your own can so you can just fill it up with beers.
Wow.
I used to just, bro, I basically quit comedy. I wrote jokes, but when I first moved to LA, I moved to Hermosa.
Yep.
And I got so into the beach scene, and I just had a job at a beach bar. And I cleaned pools, which you got more money for cleaning apartment complexes in Compton. You get double than every other city.
Dang.
But I used to have,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. I used to clean pools in Manhattan Beach, Redondo, Hermosa.
Those are all my beaches. Bro.
Yeah, dude. It's just
that's where I go.
If you could live in that South Bay area, it's just something nice.
Yeah.
Gardena out there, Torrance.
Yeah.
That whole area.
Yeah.
That's just a dope spot, bro.
It is dope.
I loved it out there.
Yeah, I did too. Well, I want to thank you for coming out. Every show I ended with a question that, you guys usually aren't prepared for. And this one I have to ask a question before. So do you eat cereal?
Sometimes I do.
So you're not a big cereal guy.
I used to just house nothing but cereal, but I got an adult. It goes in, stages. Like, do I want to just house a box?
But there was a time when cereal was the shit to you then.
Oh yeah, for
Okay.
my entire childhood,
All right, we'll continue.
all the way to my 20s.
Okay. Well, if you could only eat cereal, that's it. That's all you can eat for the rest of your life. Which cereal would you pick?
Tough one. You only get one.
You only get one. So you have to have a cereal that doesn't get, like you can eat too much cereal.
Yeah, you can.
And you'd be like, I don't want that for a while.
Yeah. I hate to say that in my top ones that for this particular question, this isn't my final answer, but Frosted Flakes Corn Flakes.
Corn? Not even Frosted.
Listen, I'll tell you why. Because it's such a basic shit box cereal that when you ate it, your expectations are just low enough that like I'm just really putting substance in my body.
Yeah.
That it's like one of them things like I can just eat this all the time because I know it ain't shit and it's just so plain, right?
Yeah.
It's just a crunchy flake with some milk with
True.
really no flavor.
Yeah.
I mean,
for about 5 minutes, and then it turns into like
mush.
Just mush.
Yeah, you better eat it fast. Don't be looking at the back of the box too long and shit. So, I mean, its top cereals for me were always the chocolatey ones. I was Cocoa Puffs and
Cocoa Krispies.
and Cocoa Krispies and Cookie Crisps were the rich kid cereal.
Oh, Cookie Crisp. Yeah.
Full on cookies.
Full whole cookies in
It's
it.
like, I can't even believe we got this. My mom should pick us up in a BMW. Like, you can only buy it if your family has an upper level sedan or higher end or an SUV from one of the major
Crisp.
non-domestic, I mean, at minimum Audi.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You can't be fucking around in a town and
German
country.
slash
Yeah.
Asian vehicle.
Something with some sort of leather
Yeah.
standard
Right.
to get the Cookie Crisp. But
I do
that
like
was,
Cookie Crisp.
That was
I
a
like
really
Cookie
good
Crisp.
one.
Yeah.
It was such a good one because it felt like another level of cereal to me. Like that was a top
Yeah.
shelf.
And it stayed crispy for a while too.
It was good. But
Crisp.
the puffs, the Cocoa Puffs milk.
Oh,
and
it was legit chocolate milk.
It was chocolate milk. That and the chocolate.
Count Chocolate?
No, that was good too. But
Yeah.
I didn't like the mushrooms. They always did them in the marshmallows. Had this
yeah.
weird texture that always is kind of like something to do with vinyl, like with velour to me. Something that
Yeah, that's a good description.
I just thought
was
of it, like, it's
weird.
got
It wasn't a marshmallow. It was more like styrofoam mixed with something.
it had
edible.
that feeling. It was in the same realm of the fingers on the chalkboard kind of thing
Yeah.
when the biting down in those.
Yeah.
But the other one we said with the
Crispies?
Cocoa Krispies.
Yep.
Yeah, Cocoa Krispies because they had Fruity Pebbles also.
Yep.
Oh, Cocoa Pebbles. Whatever the fuck, is that what they're called?
Cocoa Pebbles, yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm probably going to have to go. It's those three. It's Cocoa Pebbles, Cocoa Puffs, or
A chocolate.
yeah.
Okay.
And my older years would have to say like Honey Bunches of Oats type shit. But
The old man says that.
yeah. But
Yeah.
the kid, I'm going to probably go Cocoa Puffs.
Me, old man, I'm going Crunch Berries.
Oh,
Captain
another
Crunch,
one.
Captain
Another great
Crunch
one.
Berries. Oh my God.
The peanut butter ones are my favorite also on
I
that
don't
side.
like the peanut butter.
I love those.
Dang. And then old man me, Honey Nut Cheerios.
Okay. Can
Because
see that.
you could roll
It's
with
kind of
those.
healthy too. You're a healthy dude. You're an athlete and
No.
shit.
Honey Nut Cheerios, man. That's like eating candy almost, but it'll help your heart.
Yeah, it helps your heart, guys. This is what you don't understand, bro. That's what they tell us on the box. I believe it's on the box.
It helps your heart.
But
Well-
those the Honey Bunches of Oats though, all those different variants.
That's a
with
real old. That's
strawberries
a
and
real
shit.
old person cereal. Honey
It
Bunches
is.
of Oats, yeah.
It is, but it's so fucking good.
That's almost like prescribed.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
If that covers my insurance plan, I'll take that, bro. Your nice ass studio.
Well, it's been real fun, man. You know, I appreciate seeing you all the time, and I saw you were in town, hit you up. You came right through. I appreciate that.
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, absolutely. I want everybody to please tune in next week to the Follow D Money podcast, where I will have another guest just as special as Shaun, and we'll see you guys next time.
Probably a little bit less, but whatever.